Hello guys, it is Shivam here. Welcome to part 4 of awesome Flutter Firebase e-commerce app or food delivery app, where we are developing the complete app from scratch with admin panel. This series will cover setting up Firebase as our backend, designing stunning user interface, implementing secure user authentication, order tracking, payment processing, and many more. If you find the content valuable and want to see more tutorials like this, please take a moment to hit that like button down below. Your likes not only show your support but also help our video to reach more fellow developers. So let's smash that like button and aim for 100 likes together. Every like counts and we appreciate each and every one of you for helping us to reach this goal. Also, do not forget to hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss out on any of the videos that we upload on this series. So, let's get started. But before moving to the code, let me show you what all things we will learn on today's video and how your app will look alike at the end of this video. So let me give you quick summary. So we are going to connect the Firebase with our app and we will use email authentication for our login and sign up page. So let's move to our app and here you can see the onboarding screen and we'll click on next, again on next. Now we'll click on the start button and we'll move to the directly to the sign up page where we can create the account and directly move inside the app. So in the sign up page you can see the three things where we have to enter the name, email and password. So first I will enter my name here. So I am writing Shivam Gupta here and in the email section I will write the random email here and will write the password and will click on the sign up button. So as you can see we have registered successfully and directly moved to the home page of the app. Now I will hot restart it again and will move to the login page where I will show you how to log in into the app and I will use the same ID that I have used just now to sign up in the app. So in the email I will write the same email. So I will write shivam21 novckp@gmail.com and I will give the same password that I have just wrote in the sign up page and will click on the login button. So as you can see we have successfully moved to the home page of the app. Now I will hot restart it again and for an example, if you forgot the password for the email that you want to log in and you want to change the or reset the password for this email, then you will click on the forgot password text in the login page and it will take you to the forgot password screen where you can change the password and you have to enter the same password in this email text field and we'll click on the send email button and it will tell us password reset email has been sent. Now let's move and check the email where we have got the link to reset our password. So when we will click on this link, then it will take us to the new tab suggesting us that we can reset the password and we have to enter the new password here. So after entering the new password, we'll click on the save button and it is showing us that you can now sign in with your new password. So as you can see how brilliantly our email authentication is working through Flutter and Firebase. I have also shown you how to log in and sign up in the app if the user is creating the new account. I will also recommend you to just follow along with me. Do not skip any of the part from this video. Otherwise, you will not get the end result that I have just shown you now. You can also start to code with me because I will explain you each and every line I will write in today's code. So here as you can see the onboarding screen where the user will click on the next button and they can directly move to the second onboarding screen. Now they will click on the next Now click on the start button so that they can move to the sign up page of the app where the user can create the account and can directly move inside the app. Now here if the user will click on already have an account login text, then they will move to the login page from where they can log in into the app. Now here is the sign up page, but before adding the function to the sign up page, let's move to the Firebase and we'll create a project inside the Firebase. We need to give a project name, so I'm writing food delivery app here and we click on continue. We'll select default account for Firebase and we'll click on create project button, and as you can see the Firebase is creating our project, so wait for a few seconds. So as you can see, Firebase has created our project successfully. Now we'll click on the continue button and we'll move directly inside the project. Now here you can connect the Apple, Android and web app through the Firebase. So first we will connect the Apple app here, then we will move to the Android app. So I will tell you each thing step by step to how to connect the Apple and Android app through the Firebase. So let's move and first add the iOS app here, then we'll move to the Android. So here we'll need the Apple bundle ID. So we'll move to the iOS folder and we'll open the Xcode from here. Now we'll move to the runner and we'll go to the signing and capabilities and we'll copy the bundle identifier from here and we'll paste it inside the Apple bundle ID. Now we'll click on register app, wait for a few seconds. Now download the Google service info.plist file and we need to paste it inside the Xcode. One thing, make sure that it should be Google service info.plist file. If anything is written rather than this, then make sure you edit them. Now we'll paste it below the info and we'll click on finish. It is done. Now we'll click on next, again on next. Now continue to the console. So as you can see, we have successfully added the iOS app here. Now we'll move to the Android app. Now we need the Android package name here. So we'll go to the Android app build.gradle file and we'll copy the application ID from here and we'll paste it inside the Android package name. Now we'll click on the register app again and we'll wait for a few seconds. Now we will download the Google service.json file and will paste it inside the Android app folder. Also make sure that it should be google-service.json file. So now it is done. Now click on next. Now copy the ID from here and we'll paste it inside the Android build.gradle file. So in class path, we'll paste this ID and we'll change some lines of the code here and we'll remove the unwanted things that we don't want inside the class path. So it is done now. Now let's move and we'll copy the ID and we'll paste it inside the Android app build.gradle file and we'll paste it in apply plugin and we'll again change the sum line of the code. Now we'll copy the dependencies from here and we'll paste it inside the same file. Now we'll click on next. Now continue to the console. So as you can see, we have successfully added the iOS app and Android app here through Firebase. Now let's move to the authentication section and we need to enable the email and passwords authentication using Firebase. So we'll go to the email and password section and we'll click on the enable button and we'll click on the save. So as you can see, email and password has been enabled now. Now we'll move to the Firestore database and we'll also want that when the user will log in or sign up into the app, then their data will be directly uploaded to the Firestore database from where the user can get all the data according to the ID he is using to log in or sign up into the app. So here you can use any of the default location according to your choice. Now click on the enable button. So as you can see, the Firebase is creating some security rules here. So wait for a few seconds. Now we'll go to the rules and we'll change the false to true. I am repeating it again and again. Please do not miss this step to change the rule from the Cloud Firestore and remove the false and make it to true, because if you don't do that, then the user can't upload the data to Firestore database. I would also recommend you to do not skip any of the, because if you will skip any of this step or any of the thing from the video, then you will not get the end result what we will do throughout the app. So follow each and every step and write the code along with me with the full explanation I am giving you here. Now let's move to the Pub.dev and we'll copy the some packages from here and we'll paste it inside the pub.spec.ml file. So here comes our first package name, which is a Firebase core. So we'll copy this dependency from here and we'll paste it inside the pub.spec.ml file. And our second package name is Firebase Auth. Basically, Firebase Auth help us to authenticate in the app using the Firebase. So we'll do same what we have done for Firebase core. Now here comes our third package name, which is Cloud Firestore. So Cloud Firestore help us to upload the data to Firestore database that I have just shown you now. So we'll copy the same dependency and we'll paste it inside the pub.spec.ml file. Now we'll run the packages that I've just pasted it here. Now let's move to the main.dart file and we'll write some of the lines of code to enable the Firebase in our app. So inside the void main function, I will write widgets flutter binding dot ensure initialized. Now await Firebase dot initialize app. Now let's move to the signup.dart file again and we'll write a few function in the signup.dart file to enable the email authentication in our app. So in the signup page, as you can see, there are the three text field name, email and password. So we need to create a three strings here, which will be a name, email and password, where we can store all the things that we will write in this text field. Now text editing controller name controller equals to new text editing controller. Basically, text editing controller help us to manage the things we write on this text field. Now we'll do same for the email and password. One more thing I want to recommend you is that don't copy the code directly from the source code and paste it inside this Dart file and run the app. This will not help you to learn anything that we will just write here. I will recommend you to follow along with me and just write the code with me with the full explanation I am giving here so that you can understand the each lines of code I am just writing in this Dart file, because this will help you to customize your app in your way, and if you want to do any of the changes according to your choice, then you can do it very easily. But if you will just copy the code and will paste it here, then you can't customize the app according to your choice, and you will find very difficult to change any of the lines from this source file. Now I will create a function name registration here. Basically, registration function will be called whenever the user will sign up into the app. So like when the user will fill all the details on this text field and will click on the sign up button, then the registration function will be called, which will tell the user to directly move inside the app and start ordering the food according to his choice. Now, inside the registration function, I will write some lines of code here and I will explain you after writing the complete registration function here. So as you can see here, in the registration function, I have wrote if password is not equals to null, then we will move the user to the function name create user with email and password, and we'll pass the email and password here, and if the email and password are right according to the validator we have passed, then the app will move the user directly to the home page of the app. Now if the password is weak and it matches with e.code function, then it will show password provided is too weak, and if the email is already in use, then it will show that account already exists. Now I'll create a final form key, global key, form state. The reason for using the global key is because in each text field I want to check that if the user have entered all the things correctly inside the text field or not. So by using the global key I can check all the cases inside the each text field. Now I'll move to the column and will wrap up the column with a form widget here, and will pass the key form key that we have just mentioned above in the form of the global key. Now we'll rename the text field to text form field, and in controller will pass the name controller, and in validator I will pass the value. If the value is null or empty, then we'll tell the user to enter the name here. And if everything is okay, then we will show the null because I don't want to show anything if the validator is true. Now we'll copy the same thing and we'll do same for the email and password. So it is done. Now let's move to the sign up button here and we'll wrap up the sign up button with the gesture detector widget here. In on tab, I will pass that if form key dot current state dot validate. So let me explain you why I have wrote the form key dot current state dot validate here. The reason for writing the form key dot current state dot validate is because, as you know, in each text field we have wrote the validator here. So using the if case, first it will check that if all the validator is true or not. So if the all the validator is true, then it will move to the set state and will reassign the all the string with the text we have passed in the each text field. Then it will move to the registration function and allow the user to directly sign up into the app. Now we'll move to the registration function again and we'll write navigator dot push material page route to push the user to directly to the home page of the app once the user sign up into the app. Now I am writing the push replacement here rather than push is because if you write just push here and make the user to directly move to the home page of the app, then he can move to the sign up page again using the back button. But if you write the push replacement here, then he can't move to the sign up page again. So our sign up page is done and we have wrote all the function related to the sign up page here. Now let's move and run the app here. So I'm writing the flutter clean in the terminal section. Now flutter pub.get to get all the packages. Now flutter run to run the app in the iOS emulator. Now wait for a few seconds. As you can see that our app is launching in the emulator that we have just assigned here. Our build is done and we have successfully launched our app. Now here is the onboarding screen and we click on next, again on next and click on the start button and we'll move directly to the sign up page. Now inside the username I will write my name here. So I'm writing Shivang Gupta here and in the email section I will write the random email here and will write the password and we'll click on the sign up button. So as you can see, we have registered successfully and we have directly moved to the home page of the app. So our sign up function is working properly and our email authentication through the sign up page is done. Now we'll move to the login page. But before moving to the login page, I need a small help from you. If you are loving this awesome series, then please do not forget to hit the like button in this video because this helps us to create more videos for you and create a amazing app more in coming future. Now let's move to the login.dart page again and we'll create a function for our login page here so that user can directly log in into the app. So in the login page, there are the two text field name, email and password. So we'll create a two string name, email and password here. Now we'll write text editing controller, user mail controller, new text editing controller, and we'll do same for the password. Now we'll create a function name user login here that will be called whenever the user will click on the login button here. So let me write the few lines of code inside the user login function here and I will explain you once I wrote all the code inside the user login function here. So I have wrote all the code inside the user login function here. We have wrote a function name sign in with email and password where we'll pass the user email and password here, and if the user email has been not found then we'll pass that no user found for that email, and if the password doesn't match with the user email then we'll pass that wrong password provided by user here. Now we'll move to the column and we'll wrap up the column widget with a form widget here and we'll pass the key. So let's move and create the global key here that we have created just for the sign up page. So inside the key, I will pass the form key here and let's move to the text field and we'll rename the text field to text form field and we'll pass the controller here. So I'm writing user email controller and we'll pass the validator value and we'll check if the value is null or empty. If it is null or empty, then we'll pass that enter the email in this text field, and if it is true then we'll pass the null here. So many of you might be confused why we are passing null if validator is true, because if the user entered something on this text field then I don't want to show anything in the validator section. So if you don't want to show anything inside the validator section then you need to pass a null here. Now we'll do same for the password section. Now we'll move to the login button here and we'll wrap up the widget name just a director here, and in the on tab function we'll pass the same current state validator that we have wrote just for the sign up page. Now we'll also rename the string in the set state what we have entered on this text field. Now we'll hot restart it again and we click on next, again on start button. First I will create the account using the sign up page here and will use the same account to log in into the app. So here I will create a username Shivam Gupta here and will pass the email Shivam456 at the rate gmail.com and will pass the password and click on the sign up button and will wait for a few seconds. So as you can see, we have registered successfully. Now I will use the same account to log in into the app. So in the email section, I will write the Shivam456 at the rate gmail.com and in the password, I will use the same password that I have used to create this ID. Now we'll click on the login button and as you can see, we have successfully logged in into the app and directly moved to the home page of the app. So our sign up and login page is done and it is working brilliantly how we are expecting. Now you have learned how to use the email authentication in the app and how to log in and sign up in the app. So if you have learned something from this video, then do not forget to hit that like button. So if you are loving this authentication part, then on this channel I have uploaded more videos of Firebase authentication using Flutter. You will find a phone authentication, Apple authentication, Google authentication and many more authentication in my channel. You can follow along the playlist of Flutter Firebase authentication. You will find it in the playlist section or I will paste the link in the comment box so that you can directly move to the authentication playlist and can learn more about Flutter Firebase authentication. Now here come our third section which is named as forgot password. So for an example, if the user forgot the password for the email they want to log in, then they will click on the forgot password text and can directly move to the forgot password screen. So in the pages folder, I will create a new file name forgotpassword.dart here and will create a stateful widget name forgotpassword. Now I will write scaffold container child column. First I will create the UI of our forgot password screen. Then we'll create a function so that user can change the password using the link that will be sent to his email that he will write in the text field. So I will write the container here and will align the using alignment dot top center here and will write the child text and will pass the text name password recovery which will be the headline of our this page and will give some styling to the text widget here. Now I'll give some spacing between the two text here, so I will use a size box here and will write one more text widget here where I will write enter your mail. This will indicate the user to enter the mail to this text field of whom he have forgot the password and will give the styling to the text widget here. Now I will write a widget name expanded here and in the child I will write a form widget which will help us to validate what we have done on this on the last two page name sign up and login, and will provide the padding using the padding widget here, and will use a list view to assign all the things in the vertical direction. Now I will write a container here from where the user can enter the email and can change the password. Now inside the child, I will write a text form field, and in the controller, I will pass the text editing controller. So I will write text editing controller mail controller equals to new text editing controller, and will pass the same mail controller to the text form field. Now we'll pass the same validator that we have done on the past. Now we'll give some styling to the text that we'll pass inside the text field here, and we'll use our decoration input decoration to provide some decoration to the text form field here. Now inside the input decoration, I will pass the hint text here and the hint style to provide the styling to the hint text that we have just stored inside the hint text function, and we'll give the prefix icon icons dot person here, and we'll provide some color to the icon here. Now I will write size box height 40.0 because I will create a customized button name send email here through using a container widget. So I will write container and will give some margin here. So I will write edge insert dot only left 10.0, and will write child row main axis alignment dot center, and in children I will write and will give some fixed width to the container here, and I will provide the width 140 and will give the padding to the container here. So I will use edge insert dot all 10. Now decoration box decoration, and will give some decoration to the container here. So I will write colors dot black, and will provide border radius. So border radius dot circular 10, and will write child again, and will use a center widget, then a text widget to center the text inside the container, and will write the text send email, and will give the styling to the text widget here, and will give some font size, font weight, though I am giving the fixed font size and font weight and color according to my choice. But if you have any better idea or any better color, or if you want to give any other design to the container, you can go in your way. If you do the customization according to your choice, then it will give the better experience to you to understand the each line of code that I am writing here. So now let's move and wrap up the forgot password text in the login page with a gesture detector, and directly move to the user directly to the forgot file or forgot password screen. Now I will show you what all things I have just wrote in the forgot file by using a navigator.push method here. So it is done. Now I will hot reload it again and will click on the forgot password text and will move to the forgot password screen. So as you can see, we can't see any text right now here because all the text are in the white color. So we need to go to the forgot file again and we need to go to the scaffold and we'll give the background color to black. Now we'll hot reload it again. And as you can see, after giving the background color to black, you can see the text field with a hint text name email here and a text just above the text field indicating that to enter the email on this text field. So as we can't see the button here because I have made the background color of the container to black, so I need to change it to white. So after changing it to white, you can see the send email button here. I want to center this button where I have wrote send email text, but I need to remove the row and container from here because I don't need row and container because we don't want to show two widgets in the row. So I will remove the row and container from here and will hot reload it again. So as you can see, our button is covering the complete width of the screen. So now it's look good. So let me explain you how the send email button will work. So if the user have forgot the password for the email they have created the account, then they will write the email in this text field and will click on the send email button. Then the notification will be shown to the user that reset password email has been sent. Then the user have to check the mail where they will get a link to reset their password again. And after resetting the password, they can log in with a same email and the new password. Now we'll write size box and we'll give some height between the two widgets here, and inside the row I will write children and will pass the text name don't have an account and will give the styling to the text widget here. And inside the row I will write one more text widget name create. So if the user doesn't have an account, then they will directly click on this text and can directly move to the sign up page and can create a new account and can directly move inside the app. So I am giving the customized color to this text widget here. Now I'll give some font size 20.0, font weight .w 500 and will wrap up the text widget with a gesture director, and in onTap method we'll use navigator.push method to directly move to the sign up page. So we need to paste it inside the list view widget that we have just wrote above for the text field and the customize button. Now we'll hot reload it again and we'll move the text to the center of the screen. So I will use a main axis alignment dot center in the row widget. So now it's look good. Now, as you can see, when I will click on the create button, then it will directly move to the sign up page. And when I'll click on the forgot password text in the login section, then we'll move to the forgot password screen again. Now, here comes our one of the main function for our forgot password screen. But before that, I need to create a string name email here because there is only one text field and will create a same global key that we have created on the sign up and login page. Now we'll create a function name reset password. This is the one of the main function that will be required in the forgot password screen because it will be called whenever the user will click on the send email button here. So let me write the few lines of code inside the reset password function and I will explain you after writing the complete code inside this function. So let me explain you what all things I have wrote in the reset password function here. So at the top, as you can see, once the reset password function is called, then Firebase auth will call a send password reset email function here where we'll pass the email that you have just wrote inside the email text field. And after calling this function, it will show the snack bar name password reset email has been sent. And if the user has been not found with the password that we have entered on this email text field, then it will show that no user found for that email. Now let's move to the form widget again and we'll write key and we'll pass the form key there and we'll move to the send email button and we'll wrap up with a gesture detector and in onTap method we'll write if form key dot current state dot validate and you will we will use a set state to rewrite the email string here and we'll use a mail controller dot text and we'll call the reset password function. And we'll hot restart it again and I will show you how the forget password screen function will work here. So now let's move to the login page and for an example if you have forgot this email password that I have just wrote inside the email section to log in into the app, you will click on the forget password text. It will take you to the forget password screen where it will suggest you to enter the email of the password that you have forgot and you will enter the same password here and you will click on the send email button and wait for a few seconds. So as you can see password reset email has been sent. Now let's check to the email if I have got the link to change my password or not. So here as you can see I have got the link to change my password for the email I have just wrote in the login page. So after clicking to the link, it will take us to the new tab which will name a reset password, and it is telling us to write a new password here. So after writing the new password, as you can see, password has been changed successfully and you can now sign in with your new password. So this is it from this video. On our next video, we will add the complete backend for our food delivery app, and the user can add the food items to the cart and can place the order. I will also add the payment gateway in the app so that user can pay directly to the owner or admin. We will also design and make the complete admin panel from scratch. So do not forget to hit that like button so that we can reach the goal of 100 likes before I upload the part 5 to this food delivery app series. So until then, keep coding, keep having fun. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.